All right. So before we get started, I just want to go around and just say I'm grateful for all of you being here and all of you watching the replay. I'm really grateful that you're putting aside the time for yourselves and your business and really digging into something that's new and, you know, pretty much never been done before and really leaning into this. I really appreciate how many people are just almost aggressively leaning into this, saying it's time for this change and keep playing with everything now. So I'm grateful, I'm humbled, I'm excited, terrified sometimes. Michelle and Gianna know. I go through my phases with what I've created here. So I'm really, really grateful. And I want you to know that this is not me just being a talking head telling you what to do and how it's done. We are all a team. Anybody who comes into the Heartfelt Circle, we're a team. And I'm open and I'm here and I'm available to what you have to say and what your needs are. I'm not here to tell you what you need. I'm here to give you a foundation of what you most likely need. But going forward, if there's something that's not available to you that you do need, tell me what it is, because that is one of the beauties behind the way my brain and my heart work together. That brain and heart connection, it helps me to be able to hear you and feel you and see you, and then actually create what it is that you need. So feel into this and know that this is just the beginning for you. It's just the beginning between you and I, between you and I and your business, between you and I and your clients and your possibilities and your dreams and your desires. I know that was it. I'm already rambling. Look at me go. But I'm grateful. So this is not one of those normal seminar, webinar kind of things where I spend 18 minutes talking about myself and, oh my God, look at this. That was fantastic. Nope. Hi, I'm Jessica Grace. I'm the founder of the Heartfelt Business Model, and I am here to serve you. I'm a single mother, 3 boys, and I'll let everything else talk for itself. And I really want to know more about you then. And if you want to know more about me, just ask. I'm here. But really, the crux of it is I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you. I've been doing this for over 15 years, the Heartfelt Business Model. Just in the last, not even a year, was October, that Michelle here pretty much twisted my arm to make Heartfelt AI. And we are now ready to go. It took a few months for it to go from, oh, this is a cute idea, to, oh my God, what did I do, to look at that. Look at this. This is amazing. And now let's go and play. Let's go do, have, be, serve, creates. Let's do all of the things and make it so much easier for ourselves and make sure that we're always in alignment, no matter what it is that we're doing, being, having, or creating. And so I really am excited to share with you 2 big things today. The first thing is I'm going to give you an overview of the Heartfelt Business Model. He's got a lot to say as well, which is the 10 emotional and psychological triggers. And I know the word trigger is triggering because psychologically, the media especially has made the word trigger triggering. I created these before that word was what it was, and I decided I'm not changing it. We'll change the paradigm instead of changing my model. So that's what we're going to do. The triggers are not negative things. They are the emotional and psychological check-in points that anybody who's making a really big life decision for themselves is naturally going to create for themselves. They're going to stop and they're going to ask these questions, or they're going to have these doubts, or they're going to have these concerns in this specific order. Whether it's psychological or emotional, the head and the heart are both going to be asking and stopping and checking in at very specific points, at very specific times, and in a specific order. And so that's what those are going to cover for everyone. And the idea is to answer or get into or create a solution around every one of these 10 right before, not too far before to where it looks like we're trying to be, convincing, but not so late that it's like, oh crap, I forgot to answer that question. Like milliseconds before that pops into their heads, we've already covered it for them. So they feel comfortable. They're in that yes space between the head and the heart, that yes space for themselves. And then while I'm going through and walking you through these 10 emotional and psychological triggers, I'm going to be showing you how Heartfelt I actually implements it for you. So it's one thing to learn it and know it. It's another thing to be able to do it quickly and effectively and affordably. And so we know that Venn diagram we've seen so many times. You can either have 2 of these 3 things: quick, effective, or affordable. But with Heartfelt, you get all 3 and there's no compromise. So I'm really looking forward to showing you how it works and explaining to you why it works at the same time. So before I get started, I want to introduce you to Michelle. She's on my screen anyway, to my left. I want to introduce you to her. She is our Chief Wellness Officer, and I will tell you I couldn't have done this without her. Before I created Heartfelt AI, I was already building Heartfelt and it was doing okay, but I was going through a lot in my life. And she was there for me. And so was Dr. Chiana, who is also here as well. And Michelle is taking it upon herself to make sure that all of you have the amount of self-care and wellness that it takes to create something unimaginable. And so she's here for you, and she is going to make sure that you have what you need as well. And I'm super excited going forward. You'll all be getting emails and newsletters about what she's building, and it's going to be incredible. I'm so happy to have her as a member of the team. She has sacrificed a lot to be here, and I'm really, really honored to be here. So Michelle, just say a quick hi.
Hello, everyone. There you go.
She doesn't like to talk about her school.
No. Moving on, moving forward. We only so many minutes here. We've got to get to it.
Exactly. And we have a couple people coming in. I see that they're like between the waiting room and joining. I don't know what's happening there. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and I'll be sure to get to them. But I do want to keep this concise for everyone today because it is a lot to go over. And if we don't go over it all today, I will do another video and I will send that to everyone. But I want to make sure that we get to the meat and potatoes of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the chat the most important piece of this. I believe that's it. Nope, that's not it. Okay. I'm going to go. /. Okay, so that link right there, that is for you to take and keep for yourself going forward. That is all 10 of the emotional and psychological triggers. Honestly, to give that to you for free, take it. Whether you use my system or not, use these 10 triggers to build your business in a way that is aligned, that is heartfelt, that is empathic, and that is full of integrity, in which you're supporting your people instead of pitching to them or pushing or do the whole bro marketing thing. Really connect with your people where they're needing you to connect with them. They all have different spots and all 10 of these cover any options and opportunities for you. So definitely download that. And I'm going to be going over those 10 here with you now today. And yes, I printed it out because a lot of you know that I ramble if I don't have notes. So I have notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dive in here and go in with you with the first trigger. And that first trigger is boom, that wow factor that I'm in the right place at the right time, the right person, the right solution for me. And that is the most important one. Those of you who have been through any of my boot camps or any of my other courses or any of my one-on-one programmings, you know I'm looking for you to connect so deeply with your person that when you even think about them, you get a little welled up, the cleanse even, like excited for them. And you know that this is the kind of person you can honor them exactly where they are. And once they discover you, because you are exuding this in your marketing, in your languaging, in your visuals, whatever it might be, once they know that you know, oh, it's like, oh my God, how have you been? Where have you been? I can't tell you how many times I've had people just say, I don't know where you've been for the last 20 years of my business, but I'm so grateful I found you. And it wasn't that they found me or that I found them. There was that alignment, and I made that alignment abundantly clear, just energetically, even showing that this is what I'm here for. These are the people that I'm here for. I'm speaking their language. And now it can be very exciting to think all of these things, but to actually do that and enact it in a way that doesn't seem like we're pandering is not the easiest thing in the world. And so that's why I've created the very first Heartfelt AI tool. And it is called Meet Your People. And so this is where I'm going to actually share my screen. Because this is, if I don't get to anything else today, this is the number one thing. The number one thing. And I can see Michelle just kind of doing the little jig in first. She knows where this one's going. And so when you've all got an account, and so when you come in, the first thing that you're going to go to is the AI writer right here. This is where all of your major tools are at. Everything else is fun, but this is where you're going to create your first pieces so that your AI becomes you AI instead of just an AI that works for you. It will have your tone of voice. It will know who your people are. It will know what your brand is. It will know everything about you. And so I'm going to collapse these. There we go. You're always going to start here with the Heartfelt AI Foundation. This is I'm working on getting it moved to the very front, but for today, this is where we are. And so when you go to Heartfelt AI Foundations, you're going to go to Meet Your People. This is going to be your biggest thing. No matter, you can have 40 brands and you're going to do this 40 times. And so what you're going to do is you're going to tell your AI about your people. What is your product or service and what does it provide or do? Does anybody want to volunteer or should I just make something up? Anybody?
And you can raise your hand. Anybody that's here, raise your hand or unmute yourself.
We'll see. We've got Krista, she came in. Cynthia, she came in. Lisa, anybody want to tell me about your business so that I can build this for you? Or I can just use my own business as well. All right, so that's what we'll do then. I am going to, let's say.
Wait a second.
Oh, Larita, hi.
Come on, people, don't be shy. Don't be shy. I always volunteer, and I don't want to be the one that always volunteers. Come on, because this is really good.
Yeah, so we played with this for a while. She's been through this exercise with me as well, and I adore you being here, Laria. So,
oh yeah.
How about we just use you know what, Michelle, you're building a new brand. Let's use you.
Okay. All righty. I'm excited. So let's work on the service that we talked about that is going to be a wellness retreat. And so what I will be doing with these people is actually helping them take their monkey mind and slow down so they can focus on not only their business, but also how to simply integrate their own rituals of taking care of themselves. What that look like for them. It's got to be customized. I tell you what to do, you're probably say, oh, I don't like doing that. Oh, I don't like breathing. I don't like to stretch. I don't like, so we've got to customize it according to your personal lifestyle and your daily routines that you're doing in your business.
Okay. Awesome. So you've got that. And so ultimately, what are they going to get out of it? What is the ultimate outcome?
The outcome is they're going to get a 10-minute self-care routine that's customized for them so they can integrate it into their daily routine.
Okay, so coaching moment here. And so that what?
So that way they can actually have calm. In order to have a vision, you need to get calm, right? So attaining a vision, if you don't have your state of calm and then working with that in a way that actually creates your own understanding of why you need to be calm, right? So it's deep work, it's transformational, and they're going to receive it and it's going to be like a deep, like a relief, like, oh, I finally feel relieved.
All right, good. Okay. Envision and attain relief from anxiety. Sorry, typing with one. All right. And so would you say for this new brand that you're building, what would the tone of voice be?
I would say the tone of voice would be fun. Great.
All right. So those are not on the list, but I do have this one here now where we can just put in our own.
Okay.
Fun and inspirational.
Oh, that's awesome. The other button. Love it.
Got it. And now we're just going to generate it. And it will take a minute or two. Well, we are well within our time. Very good. All right, so as you can see, it's building a bunch of things out right now. And this is different from other AIs because I built it the way that I function. And that I know a lot of other people, especially in the wellness and spirituality industries, function as well. We feel, and then we do what I call verbal vomit. And then we make it nice. I mean, the people who have had me make them websites, it starts out like, what is she getting at? And then they see their website and they're like,
yes. Yes. You've already done it 3 times before this.
and I've made 3 of your now.
Anything that I kind of want to talk about, you're like, okay, meet your people.
Well, we always want to know. So as this is doing this, the reason this is the very first step is because this is how we create that wow immediate factor where people their head like, oh my God, what's going on? How did I not know you were here? How did I find you? That immediate instant connection. You can't connect with someone intentionally and with integrity and empathy unless you know what you need to know about them and agree with everything and I resonate and identify with it. So briefly, what we will go over here is your detailed customer. So we have the minutia we start with, what they do, their education, their income, their demographics, their complaints, their primary complaint for you, Michelle, constant mental unrest, emotional exhaustion, and overwhelming sense of anxiety that precludes effective decision-making and daily contentment.
That's exactly like all my clients.
Exactly. Their secondary goals, their secondary complaints. And when it comes to secondary, everybody, that's the kind of thing that they wouldn't like put into Google, but it's what they wish that they could like find the words for to really the underline. Like, okay, I'm anxious and I need to get more shit done. But their secondary complaints are really they want improved concentration, enhanced productivity, and they really want greater results against daily stressors. They don't want to deal with this every day. They need the tools to go there. And their promises, your promises, the benefits of what you're promising, their objection to what you might be offering. I don't have the time. They're too expensive. I've tried similar things. I might not fit in with the other participants. That's a big one, especially when it comes to retreats. Like, oh, I don't want to feel like an outsider. Ultimate fears, there's false solutions, over-relying on medications, seeking quick fixes, purchasing expensive but ineffective products, ignoring the problem and hoping it resolves it. We've all heard that one. Guilty, mistaken beliefs, stress and anxiety are just, right? Oof. So right there, this right here, Michelle, this is going to be your marketing campaign. Right there.
Yeah, I like it.
Very strong. Expensive alternatives and their emotional boundaries. This is very important. This is how you really start with creating a heartfelt business and marketing campaign. We don't market to the pain points the way everyone else. We acknowledge that there's, yes, but we don't go straight for it. Our nail is on another board, not on the pain board. And so we don't these things unless they touch them first. So we're not going to say anything that is a boundary for them. We're not going to push them into a corner and make them feel, ineffective or not valuable or not capable because they have these fears. We are not going to touch these things. These are hard no's. But we have all of these other things that are yeses. So it also gives you your human nature or their human nature, their spiritual nature, and then how to actually market it. The language that will work for them. Gives actual example of and languaging. It's going to actually get their attention, to get them to be like, okay, now I'm listening, and now I have more questions. And so now what you're going to do with it, this is the most important part. If you want to leave now, well, not now, give me 5 minutes. If you want to leave now, that's fine, but keep this. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. I'm going to hit the little copy button, and you're going to go to this very important link right here. It's brand voice. And what you're going to do, I have a couple of demos here actually that I've already created, but yours will be blank when you come in, but you're going to go to brand voice and you're going to create a new company. And Michelle, if you don't mind, I'll just make one for you.
Absolutely.
What do we want to call it? Julie, just for now?
I would, no, we're going to be very like, it's not going to even make any sense.
Okay, fine. Whatever. We just need something.
Okay. Don't, 1 second. It's coming to me. Trust women. Trust the process. You are enough.
And we'll just say that we are, for now, we'll just say we're in the wellness school. And we will say we're in personal development.
Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
I just, shouldn't the brands be what you're pitching? Like this, you're pitching a wellness retreat, right?
She's pitching a wellness retreat, but in order to set up all of the next steps in actually creating that brand, we need to know who our people are first. That is the
Okay. So that title that you're using, I'm not sure how that title. Okay, I'll looking.
We'll get to that, and there are tools to help her with that as well. It's just a title for now. And so we're not going to worry about any of these other things right now. We're going to go to our target audience, and we're going to paste all of that information into there. I copied it and I'm pasting it, and that's all I need. All I need for right now. Okay. Oh, it's telling me that I'm missing a piece. Okay. We can always come back and update you.
Yeah, we just put wellness retreat. Keep it simple.
Okay. And so now we're going to go on to the next trigger number 2, which I'm going to stay on my notes because we did go a little overboard on that one. And so there we go. The next one is trigger number 2 is where we've said, oh my God, we're aligned. The next one is, where's the evidence? How do we show and share without being kind of sounding full of ourselves, again, bro marketing, that we are qualified. We're here. We can actually solve the problem. And don't worry, I'll get everybody's document that went through how crumpled. But we really want to showcase your expertise. And so what we're going to do, and if this is the easiest way, you're just going to type in number 2 at the top, and it will bring you to trigger number 2. They trust that you can solve their problem. So Michelle, I'm just going to keep running with you if you don't mind.
Yeah, this is good. Let's do it.
Okay. And so now that we've done trigger number 1 and we put it in our brand voice, we are now able to click in, include your brand. And I am going to select trust process. And we don't have any services in there right now, which is totally fine. All right. Tell me, Michelle, how do you help people? Tell me how you help people and the kinds of results you help people achieve.
Okay. So the type of people?
That doesn't need to be a lot. We already know who your people are.
Okay, good. Okay. Basically, how do I help them? So I help them. First step is to understand that they're not alone. So I help them feel not like an imposter, also that they're not alone, and that they too can, with my guidance, find out what it is they need to slow down their monkey mind, all of those swirling anxiety thoughts, in approximately 3 steps.
That's good enough for now, because we can keep everybody here all day. All right. And we want you to be You know what? We'll put you as casual because
Casual.
yeah. All right. And so now what this one is going to do is it's going to help us build that next step in our brand. Lori, exactly what you were asking for. Like, how do we get to the brand part of this? And so the name and all of that, it's coming together. Yes. But we want to make sure that the languaging that we are using is going to be appropriate for the people that we are coming for. Am I breaking up? You guys seem to be glitching on me. Can you all hear me fine?
I can hear you fine.
Okay.
I can hear you fine.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you. And so now this piece here, it's just some verbiage. It's just some content to give us an idea of the feel and vibe that's going to work for our people, our offer, and our brand at the same time. And so this is, again, just another piece of content that we're going to feed to our AI at this moment. So again, our avatar's name is Sarah. We see you. We understand the constant storm of thoughts that never seems to calm, the anxiety that knots your stomach, and the relentless pursuit of peace that often feels just out of reach. You're a high achiever, someone who knows what it means to work hard and push limits, but this often comes at the cost of your mental and emotional well-being. Michelle, how does that sit with you?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Everything they're saying is true.
And so this is a pretend letter that we're giving to our ideal client.
Mhm.
Feed this to your AI now. And it shows what we'll get. Daily 10-minute routine, personalized self-care rituals, expert guidance, a supportive community. You deserve this. You're worth the investment in yourself. You struggled long enough. Join us. Call to action. All of the things. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to copy this.
Mhm.
We're going to go back to your brand voice.
Mhm.
And we're going to go to yours. Here. Come along. Good. And where it says description, where I just put in wellness retreat, I'm going to put that in there. That is now our description. Trigger number 1 is your audience. Trigger number 2 is your description. That make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And there we go. And so what this one is doing for you personally as the business owner, it's helping you to understand the impact that you're here to create for your audience. But it's also now telling your AI exactly how to be that impactful in your marketing. So imagine one of the last tools that we have here is the 30-day marketing strategy. It'll give you every single social media post, every single email, everything that you're going to need for your month. And it's going to have those things built into them. It knows everything. It will not deviate from that. That's what makes Heartfelt different as an AI is it has empathy and integrity, but it's built because it has boundaries. And you build those boundaries. The more you fill out your brand voice, the stronger those boundaries are going to be, and the healthier your relationship with this AI is going to be, and the healthier your relationship with your audience is going. Does that make sense? Does anybody have questions? I know I'm probably moving really slow and really fast at the same time.
Yes. Anybody that you have a question, just raise your hand. Raise your hand. There's a little button at the bottom. You just click it like this. Raise your hand. See how I just did it? Hi.
Yep.
Now I'm going to click it off.
Exactly.
And it's very simple to do.
And so where this is going to get really exciting, until I see a hand raised, I'm going to keep going. Where this gets really exciting is where I'm going to show you exactly how this is going to happen. And so the next one, trigger number 3, is really about that connection to the story. And one thing I really love doing for my clients is helping them to build a brand story that is so interesting and emotional and compelling that the listener, the reader, the watcher, they love this story so much that they want to become a character in it. And that is what helps us create movements and communities rather than just business or a brand. Business and brands are great, but ones that have movements and communities around them, they're bigger than you. I mean, Heartfelt so quickly became so much bigger than me. It's like I just say, I was like, I do work here. I'm happening with this because it moves so fast and everybody's so connected to the vision and the mission, and they can't do that unless it's so clear and also compelling at the same. So we're going to go to trigger number 3, and we're going to build a brand voice for you, Michelle. You ready for this?
Oh, I'm so excited.
This is where we go way beyond like and trust. I know there are a lot of marketing coaches out there. They're like and trust, that's all you need. Sure, if you're selling sneakers or ice cream or something like that, but that's not where we're going. That is not where we're going. So we're going to now, we're at, I think okay. We're going to include your brand. We're going to go find yours again. Trust the process. And so now, Michelle, tell me what made you choose.
Okay. Ask the question again.
What made you choose to do this?
What made me choose to do this is because I myself was a workaholic and I actually had no self-care at all. Believe it or not. I know you don't believe that, but I am an addict of workaholicism. And so what I found, like in a very dramatic way, because the universe came right at me to slow me down, I had a near-death experience. And so it brought me into my own wellness. And really simply, I was working with a physical therapist and I fell in love with how I felt and realized that I wasn't really taking care of myself. And that's why the accident happened. So that's how I decided to start taking care of myself, and then seeing those breakthroughs and shifts happen and feeling more calm. Yes, of course you have anxiety, but it's not that high level of anxiety. You can actually regulate your emotions with all of these tools.
Okay, so now this is where I want everybody to lean in a little bit, like really lean in. So I did all of that and I didn't say anything else about her brand. I didn't say anything about who we're talking to. I do want to go in and I want to make sure that she's casual because that's definitely me. And this is going to create a brand story for Michelle. And it's because we already fed her AI exactly what it needs to know. It's creating a brand story for Michelle to Sarah, because that's our avatar.
Correct.
And I didn't say anything about Sarah over here. Her name's not in there anywhere, but it is in your back end. If you want to change her name to Stephanie or Paul, whatever, you can always go into your brand voice and change anything that you want and keep adding to it as well. And so here we go. It's just called Trust the Process. You are enough. I myself was a workaholic and denied myself self-care. I found that I needed to slow down after a near-death experience. I fell in love with how I felt after working with a physical therapist. I realized the accident happened to show me that I needed to take care of myself. It made me feel calm in situations that would otherwise make me feel anxious. So that first paragraph right there was what I told it. That's word for word this. And now this is what it's creating for you. We see you. We understand the constant storm of thoughts that never seem to calm, the anxiety, the knots in your stomach, and the relentless pursuit of peace that often feels just out of reach. You're a high achiever, someone who knows what it means to work hard and push limits, but this often comes at the cost of your mental and emotional well-being. And of course, it goes on and on and on. We don't have time for me to read this whole thing for you, but I'll give you the cliff notes. Imagine a place where you can escape from the noise, a tranquil retreat where your mind can find calm it needs. And then your story. My journey to creating Trust the Process began in the most unexpected way. As someone who lived and breathed work, self-care was a foreign concept to me. Sounds exactly like your story.
I'm bumping. Oh my God, you're going to do it again to me. You're going to make me cry.
Glad its darker side, constant mental unrest, emotional exhaustion, and overwhelming anxiety. I was so caught up in the whirlwind that I didn't even realize my neglect of self-care might be my downfall. And again, it goes on and talks about the transformation. The road to recovery led me to a physical therapist whose impact on my life was nothing short of miraculous. And in the creation of what you're building, inspired by transformation, I created Trust the Process. And what you'll get, all of the things that we've already fed it. How compelling is this? This is deep compelling. but it doesn't have pro marketing, and it's still succinct and still to the point. Which brings us to the next trigger. Trigger number, what are we at? Trigger number 4?
Yes.
I'm trying to get through at least the first 5.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Trigger number 4. Now they know you. So based on that, and again, that you just read is now automatically being fed into your AI. Your AI now knows that. So this is where now we start talking about you. This is where we've gone deeper than like and trust, but we want to get to the point where they know you as, and I know this can seem a little creepy when I say it out loud, but if you really sit with it, you want to be the voice in their head when they're thinking about a specific solution. You don't want to be in their head because that's exhausting. I've tried it too much for me. But the voice in their head, when people are thinking about marketing or technology or building their brand or serving and supporting all of the things, I'm the voice in a lot of people's, whether it's something that they've read from me or they watched enough videos, but they have allowed for that to happen because we have so many voices in our heads that we didn't really ask to be there, but they're there and we're like, meh, about like, you know, our mothers and that kind of thing. So we want to make sure that we're a healthy voice in their head. And this is where we create our bio. And this one is really fun. So I'm going to, again, select our company, trust the process. Okay, tell me, we're just going to make a short one for you right now. But Michelle, tell me about yourself.
Okay. So I am in a chapter where I would call it 40s and beyond. And for me, I now don't really listen to other people's opinions. I get to decide what it is that I want to focus on and nurture that with all of my relationships, whether it's with my husband or with my clients or with my family, my grandson. I trust that I have this inner knowing and that I don't put up with any more bullshit. Like no more bullshit. Like that's the high level of what I'm talking about.
Okay, so that is awesome. I've got that succinctly here. So now we want to know more about you as well. Like in your bio, we want to go, I'm a PP specialist.
What's the question?
So you're a physical therapist, life coach.
No. Okay, so my credentials are occupational therapy, physical therapy, massage therapy, breathwork certification, Reiki certification, human design, gene keys, all of it. I mean, I'm a continuing education like addict. Let's put it that way.
So that's good. We've got enough there to work for now. Just to give everybody an idea of what's going to happen here. And so what's happening here now is you're going to be given 3 bios. And the reason I give 3 is because we have different reasons for different kind of biography. We have our long form one, which is like about 1,000 characters, 1,000 words. And that's what we'll use on our website. We'll use if we're writing and we want to put it in our book, if we want to use it for inspiration, because I know that you're writing a memoir, take your 1,000-word one and say, write this kind of chapter about this memoir. So you've got your chapter. And you now all the noises today, all the noises. And we want to make sure that we have everything there. But then we have other use cases for it. So for a lot of us, I do a lot of podcast interviews and they want something short. They want 250 words, succinct, easy. Let's get it done. So I just copy paste. Here you go. And then we have our mid-form one that you want to use on like a landing page or anything like that as well. So yes, you can have it. And so it's writing for you now. And I will definitely be able to put those in there for you. It's going to take a while because this is a lot of work.
Wow. So it gives you those 3 different bios?
The 3 different bios. So it says, in the early chapters of my life, we often find ourselves entangled in the opinions of others, swayed by social norms, and led by external validation. However, there comes a pivotal moment when we transcend this phase, stepping into our true power. At 40 years and older, I've reached that juncture of clarity and authenticity. Today, I stand firm in my values and focus intently on the relationships that matter, with a resolute stance against any form of nonsense. That sounds about right. That sounds like
Sounds exactly like me.
exactly like you. Exactly like you. So where I want to go, we're not going to wait for this whole thing to process, but I want to keep everything moving for everyone, is trigger number 5. And this is the one that really is the fulcrum in your business. That all of the ones that come before this feed this one. And this is where, and those of you who've been with me for any amount of time, you know, gratitude is not just an attitude for me. It's like just a way of being, but it's also my currency. And the way I like to describe it as a currency for me is if there's enough of it spiraling, literally undulating in the room with any given person, I know I don't have to worry about my bank account. If it's to the point where it's like, no, thank you. No, shut up. Thank you. Are you kidding me? No, thank you. We want it to be going so hard and so fast and so in tandem where it's just a beautiful dance of gratitude with everything that you're doing. And for those of us who are entrepreneurs, especially those of us who are healers, light workers, we need to start the cycle. That's why we're here. We're here to create that change. And so for you to be able to do trigger number 5 is going to feel natural, but doing it effectively can sometimes be a challenge. And that's where we want to create that sense of gratitude effectively. So we're not just giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. Before I even share this tool with you, I want to share with you how I came onto this thing and especially how Michelle found me. It was like 6-7 years ago now. I found the way to give it all away, give it all away and still be profitable, highly profitable even. And so Michelle found me, I guess somebody showed her something. She watched a video, something. And she was like, that's adorable. She's crazy. She's the first words out of her mouth the first time I met her, you're crazy. But I'm watching. And so I want to explain that to you here right now for free. Gonna just give it to you here and now. And Michelle now knows this deeply, is where when we are giving, we have an obligation and a responsibility to make sure that we're giving in a way that's going to be received. Otherwise, we're going to be in a place where we're giving and giving and giving, and people aren't even showing up. They're not signing up. They're not saying, can I catch the replay? They're not doing anything. And there's a difference between how we give and just to give and how we give in order to receive, or have even I've received and now I'm giving. Like with my clients, they pay me and then I give them what they're here for. And so there's 2 hats, I call them. And there's very specific times in which you want to use them. And there's very, very specific times in which you do not ever want to put that hat on. And so the first hat is your giving just to give, to be out there, to be seen. And that is your educator hat. This is where you give people ideas, give them inspiration, how to's, when to's, why to's, what to's. That's what you give for free. And that is amazing. So what I'm giving here, I'm giving all of this free, and what I've already given you, and I'm only at trigger number 5, is probably way more than anybody would even charge someone. But I can afford to give because it's in me, it's on me. I could be talking at the cafe with a stranger about these things. It just comes out. But when I am receiving and giving, I put on my actual coaching hat, the individualization of the process. That is what people pay me for, which is beautiful. It's always an amazing, emotional, intimate experience. So here, this free is going to be what, how, when, why, do. And then the paid experience is going to be nothing about the how, what, when, why, and how. It's going to be more of the who am I going to be? How am I going to serve? And you're really going to dig in and you're going to personalize the experience with that person. Does that make sense? I hope that does.
Yeah. Yes.
And so here we're going to make a lead magnet, one that is specifically built for your brand, in your voice, for your people around your offering, but also is going to be proven in the way that it's outlined to be only that. We're only putting on this one hat. We're not coaching. We are educating. Put on our educator hat here. So we're going to include the brand. I'm going to do this super quick, and we probably won't wait for it all to go through, but we'll get there. And then let's see, what do we want to make? Let's make a video series. What do you think?
Yeah, I love that. I love video because I think people can get a better idea about your personality.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to say a retreat. I'm going to leave this very, very vague so that you guys can all see the power of how this has now officially turned in to Michelle Julian.
Here, you meant my name. That was so funny.
They're being extremely distracting over there. I don't know if we can hear.
You
My brain is like here and there. All right. And so I just said a retreat. It could be any kind of retreat unless it was trained for you. It says, trust the process. Video series outline. Video 1, welcome to your journey to transformative calm. And it gives you the content, introduction, welcome the viewers, an overview of you. Can you guys please be more quiet? Thank you. I didn't say it was anybody's fault. I'm just asking. And then you introduce yourself. Video 2, understanding the chaos. 8-minute video, modern day struggles, discuss common struggles faced by high achievers. Introduce Sarah Thompson, your avatar. Episode 3, retreat experience, walk through the retreat. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Personal.
Speaking my language.
It knows you now. It knows you and what you're offering. All I said was, we're going to make a video series about a retreat.
I love it.
It knows you. It knows your retreat. It knows your audience. It knows what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we've just done the first 3 quarters of building your business in 32 minutes. 30.
Amazing. That would take me about probably writing it out alone would take me at least, I would say at least 4 or 5 hours.
And the thing is, even myself personally, but one of the reasons that I created this was because I knew, my LJ, I knew that, yes, I know these things about my people, but how can I consistently use it with absolutely everything? Because I get frustrated, I get an idea, I'm like, I just got to get this done. And I cannot stay as consistent as my own AI can with my message, with my brand, with my avatar, with my offers. It keeps me on brand enough that I now have more space to go and be innovative. And that's what's really exciting about that. Really, really fun. So those are the first 5 triggers. I would be happy to do another hour with everyone next weekend to go over the last 5, but you all have all 10 of them in that link that I put in here. And I will say you're not ready for the next 5 until you really, really trained your AI and really built these things for yourself. Because after this, after your lead magnet, that's where we create conversion. And unless these ones are beautiful and elegant and done, you're not going to need to worry about conversions, because if you create conversions now, they'll be fleeting. And what we want is consistency. We want recurring income. We want easy income. We want people to not have to spend 3, 4, 5, 6 conversations with us in order to say, yeah, here's my credit card. We want people to feel comfortable, and we want them to feel confident. And the way for me to best help you do that is to help you feel comfortable and confident with this new platform that's in front of you. So it's really important that you understand, because a lot of you, I mean, we've had 57 signups in the last 48 hours. A lot of you have seen it, and I can see you playing around in there, but it's important for you to understand where to start and where to go from the very beginning, because it's a lot. There's over 170 tools here. Really, the only ones you need are those first 12 in the Heartfelt Foundation. Get that in. The Heartfelt Foundations and your brand voice is very, very important. Brand voice. Keep adding to that, so that the more you do, the more aligned it is for you, and the faster you can get it all out there.
Exactly.
It's exciting. Super exciting. I can't believe I did those 5 triggers in an hour. We did 5
No, that was really quick. You're getting good. Because you're
How to get in faster for me too. So if anybody's any questions, now would be the time. How do I use this? I don't know how to log in. Where's my login information? Any of that, please let me know. If you don't have questions, I'm going to assume that you're busy playing with it right now and building for yourself. If you're in a place where you're like, I love the idea, but I don't actually have an idea, please give me a call. I love those calls. Let's move it forward. I've had plenty of people say, you know what, I'm on the verge of something. Source is giving me something, but I don't know what it is. I help you. I'm here to support in any way that I can, and no matter what stage of your business you are. Okay.
yeah.
Ideas, Laria. Hi, I see you.
Hi. This might seem like a very obvious question to most people, but okay, so I'm like really clear on what to put into the AI.
Okay, good.
Now and then okay, so after it's completely done, the copy you transfer to your emails or your website, or that's like, what's the transition steps? That's what
I see. Okay. So, Luria, my suggestion for you is once you are done really filling your AI, your brand voice, that's where you're going to use the tools. Like we have email series and sequences tools, we have website copy tools and all of that. Once you've used those tools, then it's time to introduce you to side B of Heartfelt AI. And so for those of you who are kind of new to the way that this is now working, I color coded it for everyone. The purple side of Heartfelt is the AI tools where you get everything written for yourself. And then there's a red side to Heartfelt AI, which is all of the technology that you need. Your website builder, your CRM, your email campaigns, your payment gateways, your websites, your landing pages, your funnels, your calendars, your memberships, your courses, your communities. The list keeps going. I'm going to lose my voice if I keep listing all of the things. All of the technology that you need is waiting for you. But I'm not going to stress you out with that until we have everything ready to start using. And I'll be happy to walk you through that.
Okay, thank you.
So Laria, I know a bit about your business. Everything from your Systemio, I don't know if I think you were thinking about Kajabi at one point. Every tool that you have can now be replaced with this one tool. So you don't have to be paying for all of those things anymore.
Okay, I'll make an appointment with you. We'll do it.
Up in my calendar.
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all there, but I'm not going to stress you with it now because we need to go build it and then we can actually implement it from there. And it's all very easy, very easy. I've worked with Systemio. That is a nightmare compared to this.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. Any other thoughts or questions from anybody
Thank you.
in the room? Okay, so I am going to go ahead and feed these boys. And so anybody who has questions who's here, anybody watching the replay, I know there's quite a few of you watching the replay. Again, thank you all for your time who are here live. Thank you all for who are watching the replay. Really, really lean into it, play with it, hit pause and go do the thing. And then really play with it, really take the time. Take the time and invest in it because it can feel like a lot, especially because it's AI. A lot of us have that feeling when it comes to AI. And I'll be honest with you, I did for a little bit. And Michelle here was like, you're too smart for that. And so really lean into it and understand that this is not an AI that's just going to take from the collective consciousness that we're not really wanting to be a part of. This is your consciousness put into your own AI, and there's no limit to it. So if you've got books, if you've got articles, if you've got courses, whatever it is that you've ever done in the past that you may be sitting on and feeling like, oh, I did that and I put so much effort into all of that 20 years ago. And now I wish I could do something with it. Now you can. You can make absolutely anything out of all of it. All of it. All you got to do is feed it to your AI. And you can say, now write me a course, write me a new course based on all of the things I've ever done. And it will do that for you. You can go and make it happen for yourself, but you need to understand that you're in control of the boundaries here. And now you don't need to be afraid of it as an AI. You really need to lean into it as your responsibility to make this AI right for you. And if you need help with that and guidance, we're here.
Yeah.
All right. Now you're all on. Your videos are all up. I'm hoping that you're at least, giving me a fist bump or something.
Yeah. Hello, people.
Thank
Well,
you, Luna. We can all unmute to say love and hugs and thank you. Come on, unmute, people.
Stephanie, you can talk. You can talk, Krista.
I see her. I know that she's busy with her daughter this weekend, so I'm grateful.
Hey, yeah, I
Up in the chat. You've got
managed to pop in, but thank you.
Part of me is like, oh, I have my own personal robot,
do, and there's so much more that can be done. You should see some of the bespoke ideas that people have come to me with. People are like, I need this tool, I need that tool, and I'm like, beautiful, let's do it. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. And also, let's not forget too, this is, for your business, but also there's a component that you can actually use this for yourself personally. Like as
a lot of productivity tools in there for you.
a lot of personal development, productivity tools, so it's all inclusive with the business and the personal.
Exactly. So what I would like for everybody to do, whether you're here live or watching the replay, play with it, at least get your AI set up to where you're comfortable, and you can always grow it. There's no one and done. Oh, here's an idea. Okay, add it, copy, paste, add it to it, go to your brand voice and make it happen. But next weekend, you know what? Same time, same place. If Michelle, you're available, that would be great. I want to do triggers 6 through 10 but I really want to make sure that we have these first ones done, because this is really the fulcrum of your, if you don't have these first 5 right, your conversion tools, your conversion triggers are going to fall flat on their face.
Right. They need to practice. They actually need to practice the first,
Now you need to practice. You just need to go do it.
Well, yeah, that's true. Practice doing it.
We did 5 triggers. I think we answered 6 questions, and we built half of your business.
This is why Jessa is like speedy. It's like, actually, you don't need to think about it anymore. You can actually just do it.
Go on, go do it. Just please go do it.
I need to have a discussion around what I'm discussing.
No, none of that. Done. Go do it, have fun with it, and always redo it, especially that first tool, the Meet My People tool. If it's not exactly spot on for you, start over and give it more again. Right. That's the one that you should spend the most time on. The rest of them, if you're spending more than 3 minutes on it, you're doing it wrong.
Right. So what it does, it actually helps you be more decisive.
And get it done. You can build something in an afternoon that would take months and thousands of dollars to do otherwise.
Right. Exactly. Awesome. All right, everybody, let's eat dinner.
Go eat dinner. Want burgers? All right, I'm going to get, he wants burgers.
Goodbye, everyone. Nice meeting you. Reach out to any of us, me or Jessa, and let us know if you have any questions.
All right, see you all soon.
Bye-bye.